All right, so let's do another market update after the close. So I was doing the update down here a couple hours ago at 519, and that's what I was saying. This could be a third wave, but it's still above the 50 DMA. And I was saying, okay, if it finishes below the 20, I'm pretty neutral. Below the 50, I'm bearish. And look at what happens the last hour. Wow. We go from 518 and finish at 527.37 at the high of the day, basically. And so that pretty much solidifies in my mind that this is a fourth wave. We're above the 20, we're above the 50 now. Super bullish. We're still at the bottom of this range on the hourly and on the daily. There's just no bearishness at all right here. It would take something crazy for it to be bearish again. So for that reason, we're good to go, in my opinion. I think that I've been going back and forth on if this is actually the fourth wave of the third wave, or is this the overall fourth wave. It did last a long time. It lasted 15 days. So we'll see when it gets there. But of course, I'm looking for a new high. So I'm looking for at least, something up here to, we're probably going to the high 530s for this wave 3 to end. And if I'm wrong and that's actually the fifth wave, then you're looking at the high 530s either way. So you're looking at another 1, 2, 3% more. I personally think that this is still the third wave though. And you're going to see this. Because you got to look at standard deviations again. Just see where we're at on the standard deviations. And we're only right here. So we can hit 537. Pull back into maybe sometime in June, like pull back from 537 back to 533 or something like that, and then into July or end of June, run up here to 550. So I'm kind of expecting something like that, basically. So you can see here on the daily too, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pullback, and then a fifth wave higher up here to 550, 560, something like that. And then that's going to be a good spot to exit from the market. Like if you're holding a bunch of long positions, you sell up there around 540, 550, you're feeling great because we're probably going to get a pretty extended correction into the election. Zooming out here, let's look at the weekly. So I have us at 1, 2, 3, pull back like this, probably into the election, and then big move higher. So you can sell up here if you have long positions and then rebuy probably 3, 4, 5 months later. Well, at the earliest, maybe like end of September into October. But again, the election's going to be in November, a lot of uncertainty around that. So I'm expecting a pretty big dip on the weekly. And then this could last, we don't know how long the fifth wave is going to last. That's going to be the last fifth wave of this bull cycle that's been going on for many, many years. So that's kind of my breakdown right there. That made it pretty obvious going into the close that we are starting the fifth wave higher here. So everything looks great. And my AMD call is right on the money. We went from here down to 160 and we're heading up. I sold on my puts, so my covered calls on here. And I have my sold puts that are now basically break even. And I have calls and I have shares ready for the move up to 190, potentially in the same time frame. So pretty crazy, all working out perfectly. And then we have Tesla. Tesla's a little bit more tough to read, like always. It's always the hardest one to read. I could see this just taking off from here and going up to 190. I really hope this just breaks out because it's going to really suck if SPY goes up to 550 and Tesla hasn't gotten up to above 200 or above this box yet, 205. That's going to make it really, really tough because then you're going to have a pullback on SPY and then Tesla. Like, it's got to go, I think, in the next couple of weeks. So we'll see what happens with Tesla. Again, I pointed out in the last video this kind of contracting triangle, potentially. If that's the case, it's going to take off next week. Intel, don't really want to go over that. I have a small position in this. It's probably going to come up here, but I'm not sure if it's going to break out yet. So Microsoft, here's the one that's crazy. It finished at 415. I can't even hardly believe it. I bought in at 406 today. I think I mentioned that in the video. I bought 100 shares. I didn't buy that much. But I set a sell order for some of those shares around like 409, 410. And then I'm still holding a few, but most of them are gone. Like, I sold way too early. I was not expecting this move at all. I was expecting potentially up here and then fading down a little bit and then a move, but it just happened right here. And yeah, so Microsoft's off and running, it looks like to me. So we'll see what happens with it. The spot I'm looking at the most is probably this gap fill up here at 430. So yeah, it's up here at 426. So we can see that when SPY hits 535, 540, something like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That was kind of a crazy move. I didn't look at the rest of the tech stocks. I'm sure that they're going crazy as well. But what else do we got here? Salesforce, 234. I sold my call early on this too. Could have been holding a call, could have made bank, and I sold too early. I bought back my put too early too. I could have made a lot more money today than I actually did. I still did pretty well, but like, there's always that thought, oh, I could have done better. So SPY, yeah, looking great. AMD looking great. Let's look at PayPal. PayPal had a huge call above the ask yesterday. 62.50 for, let's see. Yeah, 5,062,50 for 618.26. Bought at 63. This should be taking off soon. Up here to 72. I remember when I used to own this stock, I was saying, oh, it's going to 72 back here. And then I did this, came back down. It's just a very slow moving stock. When it gets to 72, I'd probably be out, to be honest. This is a corrective move. And just not really a stock that I want to be in. I don't know. Some people might like it, but I'm not a big fan of PayPal. But I think it can get to 72 bucks. StarBucks. StarBucks also had a huge above the ask buy yesterday. I'd have to go back. It was like 5 million above the ask for August maybe. So I think Starbucks is probably getting up here now to 87 bucks. It looks like an ABC move to me, or some kind of 5-way move, but I'm guessing right here, look at that. 87 bucks would be my target, fill the gap, and then I'd probably be out. So Starbucks looks good on both option flow and the chart. Same with PayPal. Tesla option flow is basically all puts, but I don't know if that is a sweep right there, but that was at 9 o'clock. So Tesla's kind of mixed, like always. You do have a call here. This is bought at 175. We'll see what happens with Tesla. I don't see anything good about that. AMD call flow looks great. You got 5 million, 1.59 million, and 111. These two were at the lows. This one wasn't, but it's for 16, 18, 26. All these look great. And this is for a 190 strike. So we'll see what happens with AMD. Like I said, I think it's going to 190. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to go over SPY again, and maybe I'll put out some more in-depth videos over the weekend. I haven't looked at QQQ yet. I'm going to have to look at them over the weekend and do another video more in depth. But SPY, again, what to look for, 20 and 50 right here. We finished above the 20. Look at this candle right here. This is a pretty good bullish candle. Finished towards the, we finished at the high of the day. Great candle, above the 20, above the 50. Ready to go higher, in my opinion. We're looking at 535 to 540, pullback, and then one more move higher. Probably into the end of June. I said in the past video that you got to think about what they're trying to do. And they want to make themselves look good. The hedge funds, they want to make themselves look good into the first half of the year. So how can they do that? They can melt this up through June, and then we can have a bigger correction starting in July, because September, October, August are usually bad months anyway. So they can go ahead and get the dip out of the way for that into the election, and then we rip through the election. So anyway, that's it. That's the explanation for why we're probably going to rip through June. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates. I'll put out a more in-depth video this weekend, and have a good weekend.